Am I the asshole for refusing to pay my husband's credit cards? My husband, 50M, is from a different country, and his family, especially his brothers, pressure him constantly to send money home. However, I, 43F, am the primary breadwinner and the one who tracks our budget, including our mortgage, loans, daughter's private school tuition, car payment, and monthly expenses. We don't have a lot of extra to spare. Actually, we don't have any extra to spare, but his family doesn't, or won't, understand that. They think everyone in America is rich. Husband and I have had multiple long talks and agreed that we wouldn't send money to his family without discussing and agreeing on it, and we would never, under any circumstances, use a credit card to send money back home. I opened his phone the other day and just happened to see that he had sent his brother $1,500 from his credit card. My immediate reaction was, I'm not paying that. I told him I am not paying off his credit card and he can figure it out himself. He has argued back that if his credit score is damaged it will affect our entire household since everything is half in his name. He has also argued that he works less to be available to care for our daughter, and I'm breaking the marriage agreement and devaluing his labor. He also had a bunch of reasons why his brother needed the money, but I'm so sick of his family taking advantage of us. I'm holding strong that I won't be paying any money toward that credit card and he can figure it out himself. Am I the asshole for not paying off his credit card? Not the asshole. You had an agreement. He broke it. That's called financial infidelity. I recommend separating your finances. Bet how this man will take you down with him. Not the asshole and yikes. Husband prioritized brother over his wife and child. Husband broke his promise to you, then tried to twist it so that you felt guilty over breaking the marriage agreement, unacceptable behavior on both fronts. He made this decision without you, so he can fix it without you. I genuinely hope that you can work this out. Seems that you have made all the right choices and are handling this admirably. Trust your instincts. I'd consider divorce. This is financial infidelity and he will drag you down. Not the asshole. Separate your finances and check your credit. Damn, $1,500 is a lot of money, especially in a poor country. I am pissed for you. Is your daughter under 10? Why is he not working more again? You pay the cost to be the boss. Not the asshole. He alone is responsible for his credit score. Your husband unilaterally made the decision to spend money he didn't have and in a manner he agreed was detrimental. If you bail him out this time he will repeat this behavior. His actions are disrespectful towards you and your immediate family. I hope things work out for you. Am I the asshole for not paying my sister's parking tickets? For context, I, 24 male, been living with my grandma for 6 years. I've paid rent since I started living there, helped out around the house, took care of her pets when my grandma is gone. My sister, 25 female, who has not paid rent one time since she moved in a few months ago, has convinced my grandma that she needs the parking spot because her car is easier to steal. I told my grandma that when my sister starts paying rent she can have the space, but as far as I know she has not pitched in a single cent. She refuses to park out on the road where she will not get a ticket because she is worried her car will get stolen. I told her and my grandma multiple times if she wants the spot she can ask me, and as long as she picks me up from the road then I am fine with giving up the parking spot. She refuses to ask me, and thus gets tickets because she will not park on the street. My mom just messaged me and said that it's my responsibility to pay the tickets she has gotten since I keep taking the parking spot. My sister has a reasonable job, makes decent money and can pay the tickets, along with paying rent to my grandma, but she hasn't. I think not paying the parking tickets is reasonable, but my mom insists on coddling my older sister and blaming other people for her mistakes. Am I the asshole here? Not the asshole. Your mother obviously favors your sister. Do not give her any chances to have that spot. Not the asshole. Your sister is an adult with a job. Her parking tickets are her responsibility. She doesn't pay rent and refuses to compromise. That's on her, not you. Why exactly are you paying rent and she isn't? Not the asshole. Tell your mom she is free to pay your sister's parking tickets, but you will continue parking in the space that comes with the apartment you pay rent for. For some extra context, the park that we live at addresses the fines to my grandma. The tickets are $100 each offense, and if enough are accrued my grandma can be evicted. My sister almost never asks me to move my car. This is a recurring issue with my parents where they let my sister skate by with little consequences. Not the asshole. Don't pay those tickets. Since your mom feels so strongly about this she should pay the tickets. I would give my daughter a swift kick to the rump if she repeatedly got tickets for the same thing and didn't stop parking there. Duh. Am I the asshole for bringing up my boyfriend's dead dog? I, F, and my partner, M, have been dating for over a year. Just a few weeks ago I and his family moved him into college. I haven't seen him since. Flash forward. Today when I got off my classes I FaceTimed my partner. Not even 2 seconds and I was playing with my dog, Oakley, my partner kept calling her ugly and gross and saying he hates her. Mind you that this dog is my life. I love her so much she pulled me out of a dark place. She is my ESA. Typically I wouldn't let this get to me, but I immediately responded with, "At least my dog is still alive." He immediately hung up. His dog died this past January. A beautiful Boston Terrier. He has made jokes about his dog dying before, so maybe that's why I said what I said. Anyway, now he won't talk to me and I am supposed to see him tomorrow. Am I the asshole? Why are you asking if you are Ta? It's pretty obvious. Including you. You don't say shitty things like that to someone you care about. It doesn't sound like you like each other very much if this is how you interact. Him, your dog is ugly. You, your dog is dead. Grow up. He was being a dick for making fun of your dog. But instead of saying, "Hey, I don't appreciate that. I love this dog. Quit being a jerk," you responded by taking a cheap shot at an emotional vulnerability. That was serious asshole behavior. As someone who has had, and lost, a few companion animals over the years, seriously, what the fuck up? Can you just not put yourself in that position? You know you don't like it when he takes verbal potshots at your dog. How would you feel if you just lost that dog and somebody took a crack at your grief like that? At a minimum, you owe him a sincere apology. He owes you one, too, but you won't help the situation by expressing that expectation. He has to come to that realization on his own or it won't mean anything anyway. Typically I wouldn't let this get to me. Why? Your boyfriend is an asshole. At least my dog is still alive. Birds of a feather. You're both painfully immature. And why are 18-year-olds wasting time in long-distance relationships in the first place? I might be devil's advocate, but am I the only one that thinks that comment was deserved tears of joy, like he literally is shaming her dog for just existing? I would say something even ruder if he spoke like that about my pets. So immature. He's wrong for insulting your dog, but you decided to stoop to his level. Why are you even with him? I can't imagine staying with someone who is filled with so much hatred. Why are you guys still together? Am I the asshole for not wanting to ride in the trunk of a coworker's SUV for our daily commutes? 31, carpool ride every day to work with my coworkers. There's 5 of us total and our commute takes about an hour each way. We used to work from home a couple times a week before we had to return to the office full time. A couple weeks ago one coworker, Ray, decided to rent an apartment closer to work and said he couldn't carpool anymore. This would increase our daily cost by about $2 since we divide everything. I was fine with it, but one coworker, Sam, was against it, so she started looking for someone else to ride with us or give us a ride. Sam found a guy, Henry, willing to drive us every day since we all live close. It was decided we'd start riding with him Monday. The problem was Ray wouldn't move until Thursday, so that meant 6 people for a 5-Seat car. Sam's solution was to have one person ride in the trunk and rotate so it wasn't the same person every time until Thursday. I said I didn't think that was safe and that we could just keep carpooling normally until Thursday. Sam said it was okay and I wouldn't have to ride in the trunk, but that we had to start with Henry on Monday since they agreed. Well, today at work Sam asked to talk to me. She then told me I am inflexible about the seat assignment and that although I wouldn't have to sit in the trunk, I won't get to ride in the front seat until Ray moves. I was taken back and again said I thought the trunk was unsafe and that if it was a problem I could find another ride home. She said that wasn't necessary, she just wanted me to know how inflexible I was being. Another coworker, Jazz, was there and started backing up Sam, which surprised me since Jazz has been late for our commute home more than once. I've been the one to tell our coworker to wait for her because leaving her would mean a 2 or 3 hour bus and subway trip home. Jazz doesn't know I've done that but was still talking about being flexible. I was also flabbergasted them calling me inflexible since my shift starts at 8:30 a.m. and theirs starts at 7 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and 9 a.m. on Fridays. I've been getting up early to make sure they aren't late, but on Fridays I'm always 15 or 30 minutes late because they don't want to get up early on the one day they can sleep in. My manager knows and doesn't reprimand me since I'm there at 7 a.m. every other day, but it still makes me uncomfortable. The company also sent a form for some workers to fill out if they want to work in a new building closer to where we live. The problem is not all of us can sign up. All 5 of my carpooling coworkers can move, but I would be left out and need a new commute. They know that but still plan to move. I'm not planning on staying at this company long. I've been job hunting for a month hoping to find something remote or closer to home. So, am I the asshole for not wanting to ride in the trunk until Thursday? I'm not sure this is real or not, but no one should ever ride in the trunk. I could understand new team drivers not wanting to leave anyone behind to come up with this idea, but professionals in their 30s? Not the asshole, and I would rather ride the bus than be around these people. Trunk? Obviously you need to just stop carpooling with these people and make other arrangements. Your schedule doesn't even mesh with theirs, anyway. Not even remotely. It makes zero sense. Trunk equal death if rear-ended. You shouldn't ride in the trunk, but why don't you just drive yourself until Thursday? This carpool arrangement isn't going to last anyway since your carpool partners are moving to the new building. Time to figure out how to get yourself to work. The problem is not all of us can sign up. All 5 of my carpooling coworkers can move. So move before them. Talk to your boss fast. And don't ride in a trunk. It's not safe. A little more background. I'm a dual national living in Mexico and the driving culture over here is insane. I do own my own car and could drive myself to work. The problem is that the cost would be too high. Between gas and tolls the price would come to about $200 USD per week and taking public transportation would take too long. 2 to 3 hours each way. I'm not planning on sticking around at this job for too long since I took it when they allowed us to work from home. I'm just waiting to find a new job before I quit.